Pearce, are you ready for the interview?
Yeah.
What would you like to say to the world?
Go back, talk, discuss, communicate, counsel, apologize, more talk words. I am kind.
I am kind.
Is it okay if I sit with you, Pearce?
Yeah.
Hello, hello. I'm happy I get to spend some time with you today. Pearce, is it okay if I ask you about your diagnosis?
Yeah.
What is your diagnosis?
Me. About me. My name is Pearce. I live in Austin. My phone number is 5. My mom is at. My dad is Will. My YouTube channel is PB Jones. I have cerebral palsy.
I have cerebral palsy.
What is it like having cerebral palsy?
More. Apologize. More talk words. I am kind. Wonderful friend. The tightness felt all over my body.
The tightness felt all over my body.
Is that tightness ever painful?
Yeah.
Pearce, is it okay if I ask your mom a few questions about you?
Yeah.
If you were to introduce Pearce to the world, what would you say?
I would say that he is one of the funniest, kindest, most intelligent people I have ever met. And he's so unassuming. Like, I think people, if you're not looking for it, you might not see it right away. But he's just amazing. He's always wanted to communicate. That's something else I would say. Always. He always found a way. Before we had a device, he found a way to get his point across. Whether that was picking up objects that could relate to the topic he was talking about or wanted to talk about.
Tell me about the way his device works.
So it's called a two-switch access. He has two-switch access to his device. So what he does is he scans with his head through his choices, and then when he finds something a quadrant he wants a word in, then he selects with his hand, then he scans again, and when he gets to the word he wants, he keeps pressing until it says the word for him. Right?
And it sounds like there's two voices. When he's scanning, it's one voice, but when he finally selects what he wants to say, it's a separate voice?
It's a separate voice, yes. So it's a younger voice, and so we have this sort of the older adult voice as his scanning voice, and then the sort of young voice as his actual voice.
Maya, Hannah, Natalie, Alicia.
Alessia is a very good friend.
I want to show people your device so they can see how you communicate. Is it okay if I point my camera towards your device for a moment? Do you like people knowing how you communicate? So on the device, you have many categories. And when you push your head up against that button, it scans it. Would you mind demonstrating that for people?
More. Stop. Go. Hello. Person. People. More people page. Classmates page. Friends page. Friend. Teddy. Gia. Isa.
And he's also an auditory processor. So he can see, but it takes him longer to process objects or something happening visually. He can still understand it and process it. It's just slower for him.
And I noticed that while you scan and click on different options, you don't even look at the device. Have you memorized where everything is? Did that take a lot of time? There's probably hundreds of options of things to say. And you memorized it all?
I'm very proud to be your mom. Yeah. I know you're sweating.
I noticed that when I was interviewing Pearce solo, I would ask him questions and it seemed like it took a lot of effort to use this device, and he was sweating.
Yeah,
Is it a lot of physical exertion for him to communicate?
it is.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Does it tire you out, Pearce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he works really hard. You know, the movement for him, he just gets tired. It's a lot for him to do.
Yeah.
Especially when he's excited, and like he is today.
I'm happy I get to interview you today. You were pulling me closer. You want me to come closer? Was that an excited yell?
Yeah.
A happy yell?
Yeah.
I thought so. Just checking. I want to make sure my breath doesn't stink.
Wonderful friendship.
Wonderful friendship.
Me. Go. Drink. Eat. Big. New. Little. Need. Heaven. Love. Love. Young. Kiss. Care. Do I love? Reject. Hug. Hug.
Hug.
Absolutely. I love a hug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, hug. Thank you for inviting me into your home and giving me a hug. Pearce, if you had to pick one word to describe your dad, what word would you pick?
Me.
Oh no.
More. More. Color. All. All. My family. Let. Kind. Kind.
Kind.
Oh my goodness, buddy, I appreciate that. I wasn't expecting that at all. Thank you so much, dude.
What is it like being Pearce's dad?
Well, he constantly amazes me, for sure. He has taught me so much, maybe not taught me so much, but made me appreciate some of the things like being grateful. A lot of times I think people without disabilities take that for granted or aren't grateful for the things they have or the things they can do. And another thing is patience. Taking the time to listen, let someone complete a thought, even if take a little longer to communicate, even a normal conversation. Stop, listen, and let someone express themselves fully before interjecting.
When somebody meets you for the first time, what do you want them to do?
Go. Hello. Find. End. Talk.
Talk.
Do you love when you make new friends and they talk to you? When you're meeting somebody for the first time, and if you communicate that you're comfortable, you enjoy the physical touch and being close to somebody? I enjoy being close to you as well. Pearce, is it okay if I ask your mom about your diagnosis? Tell me about his diagnosis and how it impacts him.
Okay, so Pearce has cerebral palsy, and he was born prematurely, 10 weeks early, and he has brain damage. Cerebral palsy is basically brain damage. The brain doesn't speak to the body as a typical person would, and most of his is on his right side, so his left side is far more affected than his right side. But for Pearce, it affects every system. So he needs help with everything. It affects everything except for his cognitive brain, really. I mean, it affects the way he swallows and how his speech and his trunk control, his head control, his legs.
Stop.
So Pearce has
Go.
a kind of a mix of tone So he has some hypertonia, which means he has weak tone, and he has hypertonia, where his legs are very tight. So, but his only diagnosis that we have is cerebral palsy.
1. The tightness felt strong body. It's a difficult life, but I love living it.
It's a difficult life, but I love living it.
What are some of the challenges you face?
Numbers. No. Good. Help.
Help.
Do you require 24/7 caregiving?
Yeah.
Is that what you meant when you said help? All the caregiving that you need?
Yeah.
Pearce, is it okay if I ask your dad a few questions about your caregiving?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Tell me about the caregiving that Pearce requires and who helps out with it.
So Pearce needs, he is not, able to, he's confined to a wheelchair. So we transition him to, he's got a recliner back here that it's all his, that we can adjust. So he, we'll transition from his wheelchair. That's where he usually typically will eat. He does eat by mouth. Usually his mom makes his dinner and she'll feed him. I usually make all the meds. There's several. I'll make them in the morning, pre-make them at night. So in the morning they're all made up. I do a lot of, he sleeps upstairs, so I'm the one who carries him upstairs to bed and brings him downstairs. What else about caring? Oh, showering is, so I'll put a bathing suit on and we've got a pretty good sized shower, so he'll sit on my lap. We've got a hand thing, and so mom will wash his hair and soap him up, and I'll hold him so he gets showered.
Pearce, what about like facial hair? Do you communicate to your parents if you want a beard or a mustache or something?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I do the shaving. I have a razor blade. I'm pretty good with that.
I don't know.
So we did that before you showed up, Chris. So he'd be clean shaven.
Follow. My people. Sophia, Laurel, Claire, Maya, Hannah, Natalie.
Natalie.
What about Natalie? At Clemson? Yeah. Natalie was one of his camp counselors many, many years ago. She went to Clemson. So, of course, they hit it off because he loved Clemson. She actually went there.
Pearce, I know you love your parents, you communicated that, but as a 20-year-old, do you sometimes want your independence?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, don't be shy about it.
Yeah.
Pearce, who is this?
More. My family. Mom. Dad. And Cynthia. Gigi. Mario. Noah. Sierra. Otter. Amit. Toonses. Camden.
Camden.
Camden, tell me about your relationship with Pearce.
So I met Pearce at Camp, where I used to be a counselor, and I actually had heard about you before I had met you for the first time, because you're kind of like a camp celebrity, because everyone loves you and you laugh so loud and make everybody else laugh. I had heard about you before, and I had seen you a few times but never introduced myself, and then my best friend Bella, who also worked at camp, was your counselor for a respite weekend, and then I got to formally introduce myself and meet you, and we became really close friends after that. And then once I moved to Austin for school, I was also friends with your old caregiver Maya, and so she knew that me and you were kind of friends from camp, and that she was graduating soon, so you needed a new caregiver. And so she asked me to come meet you and meet your family, and then, and I've been working with you ever since. Yeah.
Pearce is the one who wanted to go to sleepaway camp, which is camp. And he started pestering me about that when he was 7 or 8 years old. He heard about it at school, and
Stop.
he wanted to go away. And so he went away at 9 years old, and that was one of the hardest things we've ever done, right? But one of the best things. At camp, he'll reach out to the people he doesn't feel like they're new or they're not having a good time. I have multiple pictures of Pearce holding hands with the other little kids in wheelchairs or befriending, the kid who's afraid to be there.
I love that your family told me that you look for the kids at camp who might be having a tough time fitting in, and you go up to them and just give them a hug and hold their hand. Keep on doing that. The world needs more people like you who do that, who look out for people and make sure they feel welcome. So thank you for doing that. That's a powerful thing to do. Can I give you a hug? That's a very kind and meaningful thing that you do for others.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a huge heart. He really does. He's always thinking about how he can help other people. He's always on YouTube looking at different, and actually your channel, wanting to help people. Some people have GoFundMes or things like that, and he wants to, he makes a little money through some of the activities at school. And so he gets gift cards from his grandmother, and he always wants to put a little bit into helping other people that he doesn't even know.
Camden, what would you say is important for other people to know when they meet Pearce or somebody like him for the first time?
I think that you also did a good job of pointing it out, but just talking to Pearce and talking to other people with disabilities, like the age that they are, yeah, I definitely think I'm really grateful for all of the things that I learned at camp from my mentors who have taught us stuff like that, but just treating Pearce like the adult that he is, and then also having other people mirror that behavior so that it's normal. Because you are an adult, and just because you communicate a little differently and you require more patience doesn't mean that you are any less of an adult.
Last year for Pearce's Christmas present, he wanted Noah Kahn tickets. So we got him 3 tickets to Noah Kahn, thinking maybe he'd take his mom and dad. But instead he took Alessia and her boyfriend, so they got to enjoy the Noah Kahn concert, right? Yeah. So one thing that Will and I, my husband and I, have always talked about is Pearce he's a typical kid. His body just doesn't work the way other kids' bodies work. He doesn't want to hang out with us. He wants to go to the concert with his friends. And so we facilitate that as much as we can. He's a 20-year-old who doesn't want to hang out with his old parents. So that's what we do. Right?
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of friends?
Yeah.
What are some things you enjoy doing with your friends?
More. Good. Help. Bad. Go back. More. More or less. My music. Imagine Dragons. Olivia Rodrigo. Ava Max. Dua Lipa. The Weeknd. Louis Capaldi.
Are these all the bands you like?
Noah Kahn.
Noah Kahn.
Is he your favorite?
Yeah.
I know that one song he has, I think it's called Seasons of the Stick.
I would also say, that Pearce is just, you like to do normal 20-year-old guy things. You hang out with your friends. You really like to watch football. You make me watch a lot of football videos. You like to go to concerts and hang out. Yeah. Yeah.
Pearce, do you and Camden listen to music together?
Yeah. That's probably one of our
More.
things. We like to listen to music really, really loud in the car.
Now, I have a question for you that's obvious to me, it's obvious to your family, but I want people who are meeting you for the first time to understand. Pearce, do you understand everything that other people say? Is it important that people talk to you directly and as if you're a 20-year-old, because you are? What is your favorite way to spend time with your mom?
Drink. Eat. Big. New. Little. Need. Have. Love. Love. Love.
love,
You love being with me?
More. More. Color. All. My family. Mom.
mom,
You love me? That's very sweet. I don't think you've ever said that together. I love you so much. You're my favorite.
What advice do you have for a father who just had a child who has a disability?
Oh, wow. Really find your A game. You're his parent. Sorry, but he startles easy if you unexpected sound. But it's time to turn on your A game. You realize the diagnosis. It's not the end of the world. He's part of you, so he's going to watch you. He's going to respond to you. He's going to react to the way you see things. And if you're the dad, right, you're his buddy, but you're also you're somebody that's got to make sure when you're not around anymore, that you feel confident that you've given everything you can to your son or your daughter as a dad, to arm him to communicate and advocate for himself the best way he can. I can just tell any dad, any father, hey, take it on, embrace the challenge. I promise you, just as with a typical kid, you will be just as proud as the milestones. The milestones are different. They come less frequently, but they do come, and they are amazing. And I promise you as a parent, you will still be satisfied and proud of yourself in the end. I really feel that, especially when you understand the challenges that these folks go through, and you can be there for them, and help them overcome those the best way they can.
Is there anything left you want to say to the world?
More.
Could be anything.
Stop. Go. Hello. Mine. Counsel. Apologize. More talk words. I am kind. Wonderful friend. The tightness of strong body. It's a difficult life, but I love living.
it's a difficult life, but I love living it.
Thank you so much. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a great time with you today.